Hello and welcome back to BA Trader. Today I will review 3 stocks that will report tomorrow and 3 active stocks. Right, so let's look at PAYX. Alright, if we look at the trend, look like we got 21% correction. And if I look at the trend, the channel, it would look something like this. Okay, so we can see that it's been a downtrend. Short term and long term is very oversold, which means there's a higher chance of a bounce. However, if I look here, today we got a reversal signal. So you can see here, right? You got a the inverse hammer is went down. Okay, it might not work every time, but it's a signal that we need to take a look. If I look back for last low, we see about 122. All right, so we got a chance to go back to 122 if the number coming not so good. And I give this about I would say 45%, 50%. We have a bounce to 135. All right, and that's it for paycheck. All right, next we got United Natural Food. Short term and long term overbought. All right, so let's look at the short term trend. You can see is actually for the last 2 days it hit the resistance, and if you look over here we can see it hitting the top. So in a way this is the current resistance, both like the sex right here. So most likely an overbought, so most likely we'll have a pullback at least to 29.70 or as low as 29. So I will put it at 29. And I'm going to give this about 65%, 35%. It might come up all the way here to 34. So it might do a breakout. Okay, so 35%, which is a good, also a good chance. And but most likely I expect a pullback. Right, Nike. Okay, so if you look last time, I expected a jump to 68, and you can see it's actually jumped over, right? And then my next target was 72, and it's actually went above, but then since late August, so about a month ago, it's starting to pull back. And if we do a quick measurement, it's about 14%. So not that bad. Okay, so let's do some quick okay. All right, so if we look over here, then for the low, something like this. So is in a way is a wedge. You can see short term and long term. Short term is oversold, long term is starting to turn down to oversold. But if you look, it's right at this support here at 60, I would say 69.70. But it's also touched these two pivot points. So I'm thinking we might have a more chance of a bounce, at least to 73. Okay, I would give it about 60%, 40%. We might go back and close this gap right here at 62. $62.50, so let's say 63. All right, next we got Boeing. So Boeing, I haven't looked at it for a while. Last time I expected for the earning to go down to 210, but it went down to only 225. But subsequently, it moved down to 216, bounced up, and then now coming back, hit 210. All right, so I guess I was a little bit early. But if we look over here, we have a bear flag, which means we might have a more to pull back, even though it's kind of oversold short term. Long term is turning. So I think the next level would be 197 at about, I would say, 45%. All right. Why? Normally, if it's oversold short term, I would expect a bounce to have more, like 60%. But because of the bear flag, so it's become 55 and 45. So pull back 45%, bounce 55% to 236. All right, next we have Tilray. Tilray was one of the most active stock today. Well, it's due to the news that looks like the admin is looking into easing some of the regulatory surroundings BDC. So it did a pop and it went up 60% today. Well, short term now it become overbought. Long term is also overbought, but if you look back, you see how crazy low it is, right? So is this the run that they were looking for? Maybe. So now we have, I would say, right here as the next resistance at 195. All right, now I'm looking back here. You can see what we're gonna see here is maybe a cup and handle pattern. Here you got the bull flag. So that's why it's moved up, right? So what I'm thinking is, once it touched the 195, it will pull back at least to maybe 150, and then it's gonna bounce, creating the handle. So this is like here, like a cup and a handle here, right? So I would say most likely we have a small bounce and then a pullback. For the, I would say, I would say 55% we will have a, no, maybe during the day it will come up, but the next day you're gonna pull back. So what I'm thinking is I'll just leave it like this, but as you can see, most likely we have a pullback and then coming up to test, and then it will shoot up. So the next level would be around $3, which is a good, this will be a good jump. So I think I'm gonna keep an eye on this. All right, next will be Open Door. A lot of people love this stock now due to the recent bounce, all the way from 55 to like 10 something, 55 cents to $11. Pull back all the way to $7 and then bounce. If you can look, you see that I expect it to pull back to 7 and then bounce a little bit, and then most likely we have another pullback. So it will be something like this. I mean, people look at this and think that, oh, we might not how you say it? Let me see. No. Right? We may not move that much, that fast, but we might have something like this and then move down to 5 now, and then we'll have a bounce. All right. So that's my prediction for open, and we can wait for another week or two to see how it goes. All right, thanks for watching. Please hit like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next video.